I'll hold on a sec, I'm just going to change my just. Okay, does that make a difference? Just let me know if that works. I know we had some trouble with this microphone a little while ago, the one I normally use. So can you just let me know if that one's better? If not, I might just have to go without microphone today and see how that goes. So just let me know before I go on how we're doing. A little bit of a delay, which is annoying. Patience is not my virtue. Yes, better? Awesome. Great. Fantastic. That's interesting. I might need a new microphone. Great. Fantastic. Good morning to everybody on the Gold Coast. Isn't it warm this morning? Very humid. It's as still as anything where we are. Morning, Laura. Great to have you here. Must be hot on the Sunshine Coast too this morning. We had the windows wide open, the fan on last night. Oh, it was lovely walking this morning. I think I was walking about 4:45, I think, and it was 21 degrees already. So going to be a hot day. All right. I'm really pleased you're here. We're going to be talking about procrastination. Hands up, who is a procrastinator here? Or are you really good? Get things done. I want to get really deep into this today because I've got what I've discovered with procrastination is it's something more than just laziness and getting on with them. Just making sure everything's fine here. Fine. All right. Let me talk about procrastination. One of the things about procrastination is great, Debbie. One of the things about procrastination is it serves a purpose. So whenever you find yourself procrastinating, it is to understand. Morning, Karen. Lovely to have you here. Is to understand what the purpose it's serving us. There's always a reason for it. You know, when you set those kind of really good intentions in the morning, I always write out my intentions for the day and you do your list. And then you have those days where you kind of get distracted a little bit and you don't get done what you want to do, or you've got something that you really know you need to do, but you just don't do it. It might be the phone call you need to make. It might be the bills you need to pay. It might be your tax. It might be, weeding the garden, whatever it is. Many of us have this thing where we delay in doing it, and it's to find out what what it serves. What purpose does it serve for you not to have done this? What's the reason? Morning, Donna. Beautiful day in Brisbane. Yeah, lovely day on the coast. Still as anything. So it's very cute. Got the fan on. I hope that's not the buzzing noise. No, it wasn't the buzzing noise, was it? Change your microphones at once. What purpose does it serve? And that's why just having a why isn't enough. A lot of people talk about, well, if you have a really strong why, that can help. But I found that it doesn't. In fact, I found that many of my clients, very, people who are quite successful in their job, still have something that every now and then they will procrastinate in doing. So when you're looking at how it serves us, usually what it is fear, either of success or failure. One of those things. Procrastination is just an outcome of something much deeper than that. So there's lots of ways, we talk about, eating the frog first and doing the hard things first and all that stuff. But I find it's easier to get to the real reason why you're doing it. It's that whole thing about, your fear of shining, the fear of success. So when you find yourself procrastinating, is to ask the question, what's really going on? That's the thing about being an aware individual, is to not get caught up in it, but to ask yourself, okay, what's really going on? And I want to talk a little bit about distraction. we're the most distracted generation ever. And it's really interesting that distraction and procrastination could fit right on top of each other. I think one of the reasons is we've become so used to distraction that when we are required to do something that requires us to do a deep thinking or requires us to stay focused, our habit for distraction, morning, Kathy, lovely to have you. Our habit of distraction is enough to pull us out. So check on how you are dealing with distraction in your day. Are you blocking out time in your day? Yeah, Donna, exactly. Yeah, comes right out of nowhere sometimes. Usually I'm pretty focused, but sometimes it does. Look, I love social media as much as the next person, but I have to tell you, when I took Facebook off my phone, that's been huge for me, because I just found myself going, let's just find out what's happening here. And then you go down this rabbit hole and you find 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later, what was I doing? Where was I going? So, yeah, doing things like taking Facebook off your phone can really help. It's about, setting things up. Wait a minute, what's going on here this morning? There we go. Interesting. What's going on with my... What's going on here? I've got all sorts of stuff happening. Show that one. There we go. We're back. All right. I want you to just pop a little comment and let me know what's the thing. Rabbit holes everywhere, Karen. I know rabbit holes everywhere. I have to catch myself doing it. Gosh, I read an interesting article just recently that our ability to focus is getting less and less. Playing all sorts of games. Thursday, playing all sorts of games. That's interesting, Donna. But first of all, our brain is changing because we're so used to multitasking. We're so used to doing so many things. I did some media this week on a research study that's come out of Monash University in Melbourne, talking about distraction in cars, and that people who drive their cars are distracted every 96 seconds on average. They had cameras put in cars. I think it was like 500 people or something. They put cameras in their cars, and they found that distracted drivers, and it wasn't just phones. It was things like reaching behind to get something out of your bag. It was things like, changing the music on the center stack in the car. So it was eating, drinking. We're distracted every 96 seconds. And for every 3 seconds, we are distracted, particularly something like looking at our phones. It's like driving blind for about 33 meters. So, and the question I got asked a lot this week on the interview was why is it happening? I think we have... Morning, Diane. Lovely to have you here. We're now such a distracted generation that we're so used to switching and swapping and multitasking. So when it comes to procrastination, it's become more than just, not wanting to do something. I think it's becoming a habit. I think it's becoming this huge habit, but it's also a way of getting out of dealing with whatever the big issue is. So procrastination impacts on the belief in ourselves, because if you set a task, an intention to do something, and you don't complete it, that impacts on your belief in yourself. That's why it's really important that every morning... Yeah, Laura, exactly. In fact, I said that on a couple of the shows, of the interviews this week. I was saying to the guys, that's exactly what happens. How many times do you do that? You get in the car, you're thinking about something, and you can't remember. Yes, Donna, that's right. Exactly. I want to show that one. It's the excuse we use to do something even when it's not an excuse. Yes. Do you know, interesting, we're moving on Monday. My house looks like a disaster area, I have to say. I'm a Virgo. Everything's got a little spot, so there's stuff everywhere, bits and pieces everywhere. And I found myself yesterday moving from thing to thing. I work on one box and then I think, oh, I must go do that. And then I'll be figuring another box, and I'd come back into the kitchen and that, oh God, I didn't finish packing that box. And I thought, that's really, I need to stop for a minute. What's really going on for me? And it was just the overwhelm of it all. I just stopped for a minute, just stopped, tapped on the overwhelm. I just tapped on the overwhelm. And then I got things completed. Okay, now what I need to do. So when you are feeling procrastination is rising for you, just see if there's overwhelm. If you're overwhelmed with something, if you're overthinking something. For instance, if you've got to make a phone call, a sales phone call, for instance, you've got to make a call. Be careful of your own judgment. Oh, they might be busy, or what if they don't like what I've got to say, or what if they say no, or what if I'm intruding? Like, we go into that. We just go into the future. We go into that overwhelm. So step back and just be in that present moment. Just find yourself in that present moment. Pull out of the distraction, pull out of the procrastination, and just be present. Just stop. Just pick up the phone. That's my next step. Just pick up the phone. And when they answer, I'll say, hello. That's my next step. But we get so overwhelmed. And when we get overwhelmed, we start to get the doubt. We start to get the doubt, and then we start to judge ourselves. So with procrastination, there is always a reason why it's serving a purpose, and usually to keep us small. So distraction is about the procrastination. So we're using that as a reason not to get done. I've just enrolled in a new business program. Yeah, Donna, exactly. Trying to talk yourself out of the sale before you start. Oh, how true is that? I had a call yesterday for just got a contract for a training to do a training for a big firm, and I got to tell you, I was kind of, I was on the call and I was sort of going all over the place, and then I just brought myself in and just stopped and listened. And it was interesting how it unfolded as it should. So we can talk ourselves out of it. So that's the whole thing about being in the present moment. We talked about that last week. Remember I talked about, I was listening to that podcast with Oprah Winfrey talking about the guy who brought mindfulness into hospitals in the US. And he talked about, when you're chopping the carrots, just chop the carrots. When you're washing the lettuce, wash the lettuce. When you're peeling the potatoes, peel the potatoes. When you are in that process, be in the process. Recognize what the fear is, the doubt, overthinking things, moving, talking ourselves out of it, as Donna said, before we even start. And then that impacts on a belief in ourselves, because then at the end of the day, we go, oh, I have nothing done. I really wanted to get that done this week. Why didn't I get that done? You start to, I've done it again. So it's this unconscious stuff you're continually doing. So here's the thing you must do every day to get over the procrastination. One is commit to living in the present moment. That's it. Before you do anything else in your day, I'm assuming you'll already been up and you'll already exercised and done the meditation. I'm assuming all of that. But commit to being in the present moment. Commit to being in the present moment. And my VA has been posting those lovely quotes this week on time. Morning, Cecily Rose. My VA has been posting, and that's the thing that levels out all of us. It makes us all equal. Every single one of us is our time and our use of our time. It's the one thing we don't get back. Exactly, Debbie. Commit to being in the present moment. Absolutely. Just be in the present moment. Every person, all of you on this call today are wise women. You have enough. We are enough. As I said, I was doing this presentation today, proposal this week for this big firm. And I was doing my CV, and I'm looking at my CV and my bio, and I thought, God, I've done a lot. And you forget that. You forget because you're older and wiser, you've done a lot. And we bring that incredible wisdom, and yet we doubt ourselves. We doubt whether we're enough. We doubt whether we're good enough, and yet we are. And that whole time factor, I think as we get older too, you're recognizing that time is so precious. For those of you with elderly parents, I mean, I look at my father now and think, gosh, I remember when he was my age. I remember when he was my age, and my uncles were my age. And I remember thinking they were old, my age. And I think, wow, that time. And yet, you look at my father now, he's 86, and he thinks about time too, like he's still doing wonderful things. He's learning the ukulele and he's joined a ukulele group. It's so cute. And he's thinking about writing another book. God bless his heart. But, time is so valuable. So that's why with procrastination, what we're doing ourselves is a huge disservice, because we are not living in the present moment. We are letting our fear of success or failure override us. And we get caught up in the distraction when, thank you, Debbie, we get caught up in the distraction when we don't value ourselves or our time. The one thing really that just, you can't bank enough of it. We can't put it away for later. I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with somebody. It was a younger woman, and she is making a decision. She's been offered a job, a full-time job, but she also is trying to get her own business off the ground. And for those of you on the call that, if you don't have children, you have friends who have children, and, she's in the midst of it with her kids at the moment. Like, one's got to drop one off at preschool and one of the other one at kindy, and trying to balance things, and who's going to look up. She only got them there 3 days because the daycare's so expensive. And when we were going through what was the right thing to do, whether take this full-time job or start her own business, it came down in the end to the time she has with her children. That's what it came down to. And for you on this call today is to value your time. Like, any decision you make should be about where I best put my time. And when we procrastinate, we lose that valuable, precious time. Anybody who's lost a parent, a child, a loved one, a pet, that you can't get that time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So procrastination is not being able to live in the present moment, is moving into fear or doubt or overwhelm. So when you're in there, because that's the hardest part, isn't it? Hand up, Sally. That's the hardest part. When you're in that fear and doubt, is to stop yourself right there. That's the awareness. That's mindfulness. That's wisdom. That's stopping. I'm in overwhelm. What do I need to do right now? What is it that if I do this right now, this is going to make me feel really good? This is going to make me feel really powerful. If it's that uncomfortable phone call, if it's, getting your tax sorted, if it's having that conversation you need to have someone. Fear, doubt, overwhelm. Absolutely, Donna. They're the ones. The fear, doubt, and overwhelm. So that, in preparation for this call, I was doing a lot of research on procrastination, and everybody comes up with, eat the frog first, manage your time, blah, 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 blah. And I thought it's more than that. I know it's, I'm a Virgo, talking about, lists everywhere. And and this time for this time and this time. And I know when I procrastinate, it's not about that. It's not about that. I know for me, it's I'm not valuing myself. I'm not valuing my time. I'm not living in the present moment. I've moved into fear of some description, as Donna just said, their fear, doubt, and overwhelm. So that's where procrastination sits. Now, we're going to do a tapping session on this in a minute. I do want to say, just a reminder, we've got the EFT for Leaders program coming up. The early bird rate finishes on the 30th of October. That's this week. That's sweet. this week. Absolutely. Can you believe it is the 1st of November this coming week? I can't believe it. It's just amazing. I went walking this morning and I walked past a house and there is a lady with her Christmas tree up and she had the lights on. Just, what date is it? That's the 25th or what is it? 27th of October. So I had their Christmas tree up already. Really? Anyway, so that's where we're bringing it. So EFT for Leaders program coming up. If you're interested in that, if you want to make change with your clients, with your coaches, you're already a coach, it's a brilliant program. The early bird rate is up 30th of October. So jump on in, click on the link and go to it. Now, the other thing I want to mention too, also, I'm also opening up my calendar. If you are struggling with procrastination or in some way struggling with issues that you really want to clear before the end of the year, I am opening up my calendar for, there it should pop up right now, in the thing somewhere. I'm opening up my calendar. We are to do a strategy session. So let me know if you want to have a chat with me if and how I can help you. There it is right there. If and how I can help you with, getting over procrastination, getting focused, moving forward. You realize we are at the tail end of 2018. Have you achieved everything you wanted to achieve this year? And if not, let's have a chat and see if I can help you reframe things and get it moving. Not too late. And so you start 2019 in a better space. All right. So EFT for Leaders program coming up. Have a chat with me if you are interested in doing some work with me and I can help you. Right. Where are we? We're going to do tapping now. We're going to do tapping. I want to do tapping on procrastination. I want you to pick something that you are procrastinating on this week. Something you are procrastinating on. Pick one thing. Remember, with EFT, you have to have one thing, not just a general I procrastinate. Pick one thing. Just put a little tick or a marker of love heart if you've got that one thing. Write it down. What are you procrastinating about? What's the one thing you would really like to get over this whole procrastination issue? If you could, be procrastinating about. Write it down. What is it? And then, hey, morning, Deirdre. Lovely to see you here. So write that down. What are you procrastinating about? Got it? Great, Debbie. I want you to measure a scale of 1 to 10. The fear around it. What's the fear? Scale of 1 to 10. I am procrastinating about fear 1 to 10. Got it, Kathy? Good. Good. Fear 1 to 10. Now, while we're tapping, I want you to see if you can get to the bottom of the pattern. Remember with this, it's finding the pattern. That's because it is all a pattern. Remember, all a pattern. Okay? So, where do you feel it? Level scale. Oh, scale of 1 to 10. Here we go. Oh, deep breath. Even though I am procrastinating to do this, I can feel the fear, doubt, overwhelm, whatever it is. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Okay, looking at this again, even though I'm procrastinating in doing this, and I can feel the fear, doubt, or overwhelm, whatever it is. It's a level I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. One more time. Even though I can feel this procrastination, it's a level deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Okay, tapping. This fear stopping me from doing this. This fear that's linked to a pattern. This fear. I know I'm procrastinating on this. And it's just fear. I can feel it in my gut. this fear. Not sure what it means. Not sure why it's there. This fear. Feeling this fear. It's the reason I'm procrastinating on this. I can feel the fear. This level, whatever fear. It's stopping me from achieving this. This fear. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, so just measure your level, where it is, where it's come down to, and just write down any thoughts that come into your mind. What is it? What's come up? Is there a pattern? Write it down. Again, this is something you'll need to work on every day. I work on this every day. If I'm procrastinating on something, I'll go to it. It's not always the same thing, but there'll be a pattern there. Let me know how you go. Let's do a reframe when you're ready. Everybody, the levels come down. Just let me know if the levels came down. Any ahas? Everybody's gone very quiet. I hope it all pops up. Let me know. Are you all there? Oh, I hate the delay on this. Oh, I think the place we're moving to is super, super fast broadband, so maybe that'll help. All right. Now, I'm assuming, all right. Oh, okay. Good, Kathy. All right. So, any ideas, any thoughts, anything's came up with you, write it down. 7 to 8 to 4. Okay, Cecily, just keep tapping around that today. Get it down to a 2. Connected to past patterns. A little bit, Debbie. Okay, Debbie, keep going on it. Just keep going. Is it, you might be fear, might be overwhelm, might be doubt, whatever it is, just follow that word. Connected to past patterns, Donna, it usually is. It usually is. In fact, always. I hit on something this week with when I was stuck in this procrastination thing. I hit on this thing this week, and again, there are aspects all the time. That's the thing. It's different stories or different things that happen, and that's why generalized EFT tapping doesn't really work. It brings down the intensity for a little bit, but doesn't really work. It really needs to be as specific as you can. And it's you're a work in progress, and this isn't going to this evolvement we're going through, and massively going through, mind you, women in particular. Thanks, Janet. I'll watch your break. Okay, cool. In particular, at the moment, there's massive change happening, and I don't know what went on this week, but boy, oh boy, full moon brought in some really super duper energies. So it's something you need to work on every day. And if you just get in the habit of doing this every morning, just even in the shower, tapping on it every time you have a thought, specific is the answer. Exactly, Laura. It's got to be specific. And there's too much generalizing on this. I think not only in tapping, but everything. If we can get very specific, it really helps our healing process. So, so just again, just going back, we've got the EFT for Leaders program coming up on it's mid-November, 16th and 17th, but the early bird closes on 30th of October, which is Wednesday. It closes. And of course, if you would like to have a chat with me about how I can help you, if you're stuck on something, the link is down the bottom somewhere. I don't know where it's gone now, way down the end somewhere, but you will see it. You will see it. And let me just get this up again. There it is. There it is right there. So click on the link. I've only got a few open. As I said, we're moving. We're moving. Oh, I can't wait to stop living out of boxes and get everything sorted. Are you kind of the same type of person? You need, like, I like everything to be in its place. I don't like, if things are in a mess, I'm in a mess. I've packed everything. We went to make a quiche. I don't know what day it was, Wednesday, and Jerry said, oh, where's the quiche pan? It's all the boxes to find the quiche pan. Anyway, we're nearly there. All right, lovely people, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend wherever you are. I really, really thank you and do love you being on this call with me every week. And I thank you so much. Moving to our space again. Exactly. I feel like I've been scattered. I just want to bring this space. We're going to do some clearing, just some essential oils and maybe a little sage. Yeah, mess and clutter, correct, mess and clutter. And in my head, I know, mess and clutter. And happy weekend. Thank you, Kathy. Yep, I know, absolutely. Reframe. Yes, Laura, I know. Interesting. You should mention that, Laura. Reframe. I didn't do a reframe, did I? Okay, quick. Let's do the reframe. Yeah, let's do the reframe. Okay, quick. Forgot. Got on to other things. Here we go. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, even though I know there's a pattern holding me back. Thank you for reminding me, Laura. I choose to live in the present moment. I choose to believe I am enough. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Thank you, friends. Thank you. I appreciate it. Even though, here we go. I know my procrastination is a habit. See how I go down rabbit holes? I choose to live in the present moment. I choose to bring all my energy into the now. Even though I sometimes procrastinate, I know it's linked to a pattern. I choose to be present and bring my energy into the now. Okay, tapping. I choose to be in the now. I am enough. I choose to live in the present moment. Can you feel that energy? Whoa. I choose to bring my energy into the present moment. I choose today to value my time. I choose to live in the present moment. I choose to live in the now. Choose to embrace my power in the present moment. I choose to be in the present moment. I bring all my scattered energies into the present moment. I choose to breathe and be. I forgive myself for procrastinating. I forgive myself for not valuing my time. I choose to live in the present moment. I choose to be powerful in the now. I choose to call back all my energy into the present moment. Take a deep breath and let it go. Wow. If you want, you can do that power pose, which I just lock that in, hands on the hips, sitting up straight. Just hold that present moment. It is the only place we have our power. Wow. I could really feel my energy coming in. I hope you could too. And thank you, Laura, my EFT buddy, for reminding me of that. See, told you, I'm everywhere. Oh, morning, Elle. Oh, the Salamanca markets. I heard they're amazing. Amazing. Thank you for, yes, watch the replay. Pretty powerful. And thank you to Laura and Donna. You're welcome, Laura. Thank you for reminding me, keeping me on track. Told you, I'm all over the place. Elle, well, listen to the replay. Listen to the replay and get over my being all over the place this morning. Oh, thank you so much, beautiful friends. It's so lovely. I love you that you hop on every week and you value your time and I really am very honored that you join me every Saturday. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will have a different backdrop next week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you again. All right, talk soon. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Yep. Thank you, guys. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everybody.